Hey horse lovers, welcome back to Free Spirit Equestrian. My name is Shay and this is my Appaloosa gelding, Prince Charming. Most of you started following the channel way back in May when I bought him about a year ago, and he has been on quite a journey, and I'm gonna give you some updates today. To be honest, he's going through a really hard time right now, and of course that is affecting me as well. So we really just need some positive thoughts and vibes. And I'm gonna give you an update today about what's going on, but it has definitely been a roller coaster of a ride, so to speak, and it hasn't been easy. Before we get into Prince Charming's most recent update, I wanna go ahead and do a recap of how our journey has been over the last 12 months. "12 months ago, I bought Prince Charming at an auction and I was so excited to bring him home to the farm. I knew that he was going to need a lot of work and rehabilitation, and he was clearly sore on his front right. I noticed that he also was very under-muscled and was a little bit thin as well and probably needed some training. But I wanted to take a chance on him, even though I knew it was going to be a lot of time, effort, and money. But I knew that he was special, and I definitely think he deserved a chance. He settled in really quickly at the farm. We did quarantine, and then he obviously got a lot of great hay supplements, and we put him on a Panicure Power Pack. Then he had his first farrier appointment where we just gave him a trim, and then he went out into the paddock. He made a lot of friends. I was so happy to see him perking up and starting to settle in even more at the farm. After our first farrier appointment, and then having the vet out for his first initial lameness exam, we determined that he was definitely high-low in his ankles and that he needed corrective shoeing. So of course, that's what we did. We had special shoes put on and then we gave it time. We also decided to put him on some Equiox to see how that would go. During the first couple months of Prince Charming being at the farm, he also got some specialized dental work done. We did occlusal equilibrium, and we came to the conclusion he was around 17 years old. So we got him all squared away in many departments, and we were so excited to see how he was going to start improving more over time. Of course, I spent a lot of time bonding with him, taking care of him, and working with him as well. It was great to see him open up and begin to transform here at Free Spirit Farm. These clips here are when I first got him, the first couple weeks he was here after quarantine, so you can see that he was quite thin, and you'll see him change over the next few clips. But I just took everything slow and spent some time exposing him to different situations and doing some groundwork with him. But even after all of our appointments and our initial wellness exam and working with other professionals, I still noticed that something was off. Even though he seemed to be improving in the front, I noticed that his hind was dropping on the right side. So I then decided that I wanted to take him to a specialist so that we could get a further diagnosis and figure out what was going on to get him more comfortable. Within the first few months of Prince Charming being at the farm, he also received chiropractic care, body work, massage, and myofascial release. I wanted to do everything in my power to be able to make him comfortable. And then he got his shoes reset again, so he got pads and wedges to help support and try to help his angles with the high-low. He definitely started to completely change. He gained a lot more weight and muscle, and he was so much more happy and calm, and I was very excited to see these changes in him. The corrective shoeing definitely seemed to help at first, but then I noticed he was still a little bit sore in the hind, like I said, and in the front. And I'm going to show you a video clip here. And then after that is when we went to our specialist. We had made an appointment, waited a little bit to get in, and then we found something else out. In this clip here, you can see that his body has definitely changed. He's gained more weight and muscle, and he's looking a lot healthier. However, he is still a little bit off in that front right. So he keeps going on and off with being lame in that front right, and we are heading to the specialist for that, but also for his hind end. At this point in time, when we went to the specialist, we discovered that he had an SI ligament injury. So we did a bunch of different tests for a lameness exam, and then he ended up getting an ultrasound. And that's when we discovered that he was going to need 6 months of rehab. And this was his first appointment with the specialist. And I'm just glad that we got some answers with the hind. So I had to walk him every single day for 10 to 20 minutes, 1 to 2 times a day, no matter what the weather was like, for 2 months straight, just hand walking. And he had to be either in a stall or a very small paddock with limited movement so that we could heal his SI ligament injury. And we also had to do icing every single day after our walking session. So another 1 to 2 times a day. As you can see, I was using blueberries because honestly, this worked the best out of anything else. So we did that, and he was such a good boy about everything. But as you could see, this was very time consuming, and I felt bad for him that he had to be in a small paddock. But fast forward 2 months, we went to the specialist again. He got another ultrasound and another lameness exam. Again, we did a bunch of different tests, and then we put him in the round pen, and he completely improved, and his front did as well. At this point, we were equating his front right lameness to being high-low because it had improved so much with the 2 months of rehab we did with his hind. We also did some acupuncture, and then we got this Benefab blanket that really helped. This just increases circulation, and I would put this on him while I was icing him as well. So it was really cool to see that he was improving. We were so happy that he was making progress, and he definitely seemed to be more comfortable and happy, and he was on the road to being sound. There were some days he just moved so well. After the initial hand walking rehab, we were then cleared to do walking under saddle. So this portion is basically physical therapy to help strengthen that right SI ligament, that hind, and you can see he's stiff because this was only like our third ride. We had to do specific exercises every single day, serpentines, circles, and then we incorporated a little bit of trot. The total rehab for his hind was 6 months. And he really started to improve and gain muscle, especially as we started doing more exercises, and I felt like we were on the road to recovery. However, the more we got into the rehab, I noticed he was still off in that front right, kind of on and off. So that's when I had my local vet out to do some radiographs on his front. We then discovered that he had very mild arthritis, and he was already on Equiox, so we decided to do the Adequan injections. It helped for a little bit, and he definitely seemed like he was going to improve. I was so happy. He was going to start doing some lessons because he was sound and looking so good, and it was basically his prime. As you can see here, he's moving wonderfully, and I was so excited that we were finally on the path to full recovery and success, and he was moving absolutely fantastic, and we were going to start doing more with training. And then winter hit, and it was a crazy winter in Michigan. It was mud freeze, completely abnormal, and I was just equating it to, okay, it's winter, the ground is really strange this year, that's why he's a little bit sore. Over the whole winter, I did a lot of body work with him. I kept him out of the mud as much as I could. I tried to keep him active, and then I decided once spring hit that I was going to put composite shoes on him. So early spring, I put the composites on. I've heard really great things about them. They are very shock absorbent, and I felt like this was going to be a really good move to continue to help his ankles with some dental impression. I had also treated him for thrush throughout this process as well, and now here's where we're at. Okay, so that was definitely a lot. As you can see, we have been through the ringer here, and it has been quite a crazy journey, and I'm just trying to do everything that I can think of and possibly can for him. But let me give you the most recent update. So as you saw, winter was really hard on him, and honestly, I was equating it more so to his arthritis. And then the weather was so weird this year in Michigan. It was mud freeze, and it was just crazy. So with all those combinations, you know, I was just thinking that, all right, the arthritis is a little rough on him. We're going to take it easy this winter, but of course, do everything I can. And then, of course, I put the composite shoes on him, which were really expensive. Strangely enough, after we put the composite shoes on, he ended up getting a lot worse. And my farrier is absolutely amazing, and composites are great. And I actually have them on Jiminy and Bagheera as well. However, I just think it was a multitude of different things, and that's when I just decided, okay, we need to redo the radiographs. I wanted to have my vet out, honestly, to do some nerve blocks because I wanted to try injections. So we had already done the Adequan injections, like I said, but I wanted to try to do steroid injections right into the area where he was having arthritic issues and so on and so forth. So then I had my vet out, and then it was so crazy. So my vet came out to do the injections and the nerve block, and we decided that we wanted to get additional radiographs just to be sure that we didn't miss anything or see if there was any changes before we went ahead and did the blocking to figure out where exactly we were going to do the steroid injections. Well, upon doing the radiographs, they improved immensely. His angles were perfect, his sole depth had grown quite a bit, and everything was looking fantastic. And he actually had even had a little bit of positive bony growth, like changes. So that was incredible. However, he was clinically way more lame, like 4 out of 5 grade lame on the front right. So obviously there's some type of issue going on. But I am glad that we did the radiographs because it showed that those shoes actually really did help with his angles and his sole depth, but there's clearly something else going on. So I am really glad that we did the radiographs again. Plus, obviously, that's just good to do in general, just as comparison, and to make sure we weren't missing something major that may have gone on, like a fracture or something of that nature. So we continued with the nerve block, and then I'm going to tell you the findings. I'm just going to read it off the report so that way you can see exactly what happened during that appointment. I know you want to eat your breakfast. Hold on. Okay, so here was the assessment after we did all of the nerve blocking and the second set of radiographs. So you can see here, you can read it, you can pause, and basically you'll get a little bit more of an understanding of what was going on. But it's definitely interesting. I'm very eager to find out what exactly is going on with him because this is definitely a mystery. So we're going to figure it out though, regardless of whatever it is. Hopefully we're going to get some answers. As you can see here, he is referred to Ohio State for an MRI, and fingers crossed that we really do get some more information on what is going on with that front right. So as you saw, essentially what my vet recommended is going to Ohio State. And this is honestly sort of my last ditch effort. I have tried everything that I can think of. And it is really interesting to think it is probably a soft tissue injury or something of that sort like we were talking about on the report, because that would make sense because he got so much better and then he got way worse. I'm thinking that he had the prior injury. When we were rehabbing his SI ligament injury, I think he had the soft tissue injury as well, but we were equating it to high-low because he did have high-low too. So that's what we were thinking. And basically, I think it got better during his rehab because he was resting and we were hand walking and all of that. And obviously it was undiscovered, and it still is because we don't know exactly what's going on yet. And I think that's why it got better and then progressively worse because we were unaware of whatever injury was going on because it was masked or covered up by all of the other injuries and things that he had going on. So honestly, it's just a disaster. But I'm just trying my very best. I'm trying to do everything that I possibly can for him. I have spent over $15,000 on him. And then this MRI at Ohio State, I don't know what it's going to end up costing, like $2 to $5K, whatever we end up doing. But I know that I have to do this because I have to figure out what's going on or get some type of answer. And honestly, this is just like the last route I can take because I don't know what else it is. The whole time, you know, we were thinking it was the arthritis, and that was kind of what we were chalking it up to, and it's just not. It's something else. So we are going to Ohio State today. I'm going to haul him there. It's about 3 hours from my house, and he's going to stay there for a couple days, and I'll get more information then. But yeah, I'm honestly preparing for the worst and hoping for the best. I don't know what the outcome's going to be. It could be, you know, it's just a simple treatment, or he needs rest or more rehab. It could be extremely expensive with, you know, not a great prognosis, or it could be really, really bad. So I don't know. And I'm just not going to sit here and continuously worry about it because I don't know what it is. But I am going to prepare myself in whatever way I need to. He is an amazing horse, and I have just been trying so hard to just get him sound and healthy. He's not even pasture sound at this point. Like, it's that bad. He's that lame on his front right that I can't even comfortably just turn him out with other horses, even with these shoes on. So at this point in time, he's not even suitable to be a companion horse or retire because he's not even comfortable without, you know, jumping through hoops with these shoes and everything else we're doing. And of course, like, I'm going to do that, but we're just going to figure out what is going to be best for him and go from there. But it's really hard, and I don't know. It's just a bummer. I didn't necessarily have these super high expectations because I knew that he was going to need rehab when I got him, as you could see in the recap video. But it's just tough because he improved so much. And, you know, there's just, when you rehab horses, this is just how it goes. Like, things happen like this. Things keep showing up. One thing gets better, and then it discloses another issue, so on and so forth. So yeah, but that's where we're at today. And I'm just really hoping that we can at least get some answers so I can then make informed decisions, whatever path that may be. Right, buddy? You good boy? I know you want to eat breakfast. Okay, let's do that. You happy now you eating breakfast? You good boy? Yeah, you're a good boy. I know. You're such a sweetie. But this isn't even a situation where I'm like trying to make him a riding horse and make him something he's not. Obviously, that would have been great. And that was, of course, the goal because that was the prognosis that we were given in the beginning of his rehab and going through his wellness plan and all of that. But I just want him to be comfortable now. And I'm just worried that whatever is going on could be really bad and maybe not fixable. I don't know. I don't know. Again, like I said, I'm trying not to really stress myself out about it, but since we're going today, of course, that's what's on my mind. But yeah, I'm not trying to make him something he's not. I got him to get him out of the auction situation and do whatever he needed to do in whatever capacity that would be. Like I said, of course, that would have been great if he could be a riding horse. He still could be, but that's not necessarily like the end goal or what has to happen. Like, I don't care. I just want him to be happy, healthy, comfortable. That's what I want. And with that being said, I mean, imagine if somebody else would have bought him. I mean, he wouldn't even have been given a chance, probably. He would have kept going through the auction line. Like, I don't know. All I know is that I'm just giving him a chance and doing that the best that I possibly can. But there comes to a point where I also have to figure out what is going to be best for him, what's going to be best for me, and what can I afford. Because after this, I'm probably going to be $20,000 into him. And that's okay, but I can't continue to keep doing that if he's not going to be comfortable. Does that make sense? This is so hard, and it is hard putting this out there because I know that you've been along the entire journey, but it is a little uncomfortable sharing this type of situation because I don't know what the outcome's going to be. And it's hard to explain every single detail because I know what I feel, how I think, and what I've seen. I've been through the whole entire process, hours and hours and hours. And it's just hard to explain all of those thoughts and put them together and try to explain, you know, where he's at and what he's doing. So hopefully it's making sense and you understand like how I feel and how, you know, difficult this is, considering that he is a horse that appears very healthy and happy, but he is not sound. And I'm going to show you some video clips of him more recently so you can see how he's moving. And it's just, it's not good. And it's hard because I feel like I'm trying so hard and he got better. I think that's what really gets me, but I've explained why. Like, I think it's some other issue going on that was undiscovered. So fingers crossed that we do get some answers and information from the MRI at Ohio State, and he's going to be in the best hands, the best care, but we're going to see, and we're going to do what's best. All right, horse lovers, we have a few thank yous to do. Amazon did not put like any notes in some of these products today, but I just want to say thank you so much to whoever got me this Shine Piranha Spray. This is going to be so fun when we start doing horse shows coming up here soon and other events to get the horses looking really good. So thank you so much whoever got this. Thank you so much to whoever got us this amazing Western saddle pad. I absolutely love it and it's really thick and great quality. Thank you. This is in the box right now, but I'm going to show you what it looks like. Thank you so much for getting us this little storage chest for the barn. I'm so excited to put it together. It's really cool. Once again, Amazon didn't send a note, but thank you so much. And then a huge thank you to Lisa for getting us this brand new saddle. I absolutely adore it. And I know the horses are going to get a lot of use out of it, including my students and myself. So thank you so much. If you want to support Free Spirit Equestrian and our mission, you can order us something off our Amazon wish list, link in the description. We do a shout out for every single item that we receive, and we appreciate it so much. Thank you, horse lovers. These are some current videos of Prince Charming, and I only wanted to share them with you so that you could see the degree of lameness that he has and how sore he is. These videos were taken for assessment purposes and for records, but you can see he's clearly uncomfortable even at the walk. And when we did the trot only for a couple seconds here, you can see how much he's head bobbing and how lame he is. And clearly there is something going on that needs to be discovered. All I know is that I'm going to do everything in my power to figure out what's going on with him and make the best decision that I can as a horse owner. Right now, I'm just going to spend some time with Prince Charming, let him graze in the yard for a little bit before we head into the trailer and head down to Ohio State. He's being such a good boy today, and I'm just happy that I can spend a few moments with him just hanging out and relaxing. He's such an amazing horse. I really hope we get some answers. So as you can see in that video, he was super uncomfortable, and that is with composite shoes. If he didn't have shoes on, I don't think he could hardly walk. I mean, he's already struggling. So something really major is going on with that front right. Like I said, I think before he just had thin soles and high-low, and that was also what was contributing to him, and then the mild arthritis and then everything else. But yeah, I don't know. He just looks so sore, and this has been going on for a while now because obviously we wanted to give the shoes time, and then we were going to do injections, but now we're going to Ohio State for the MRI. So I don't know. This is hard, and we've been going on, 12 months of working through this process to try to get him sound and comfortable. And yeah, we're gonna just do everything that we can. We're gonna get ready to load up here soon, and we're gonna head out. So I'm gonna get him ready. I'm gonna groom him a little bit more and we'll be on the road. So I really appreciate all of your support, horse lovers. Thank you for coming along on all of the journeys at Free Spirit Equestrian. I want to share all of the good and the bad things with you. So we have a lot going on. We have a lot of excitement with Belle and the foal coming. She's over there eating hay right now, chilling. She was grazing in the pasture earlier today. You're gonna go back out. I just wanted you to finish your breakfast, did you? Better check. Big mama, big mama. So yeah, we have a lot of exciting things with her and the foal and a bunch of other things going on, but then there's other things that are more difficult, like Prince Charming. So I just want to say thank you for coming along with me on all aspects of horsemanship and our journeys here at Free Spirit Equestrian. All right, he loaded up good and we're getting ready to head out. I am definitely emotional, but I'm trying to think logically and emotionally at the same time to be able to get him through this process and make a good decision. So let's see. Okay, so we just arrived at Ohio State and we are waiting for them to come and get Prince Charming and then we'll go from there. So, good boy, huh? You good boy? We are at the clinic and they are going to take him back now and do some diagnostics and then he'll get his MRI the following day. So he's actually going to be here for about 3 days and I'm really hoping for some success as in finding out what's going on. So I'm very hopeful for that. So please keep us in your thoughts and wish us luck that we at least get some answers regardless of whatever the outcome's going to be. I just want to know what's going on and see what I can do. All right, horse lovers, we just dropped Prince Charming off at Ohio State, as you saw. Luckily, I was able to talk with the vet. She was amazing. I told her basically his whole story. And then, of course, she got all of the information and medical records that we have. And she's going to do everything she can to figure out what's going on with him. He gets his MRI tomorrow morning, so fingers crossed that we get some information and then we can go from there. I'll be posting a follow-up video when I get that information and what the plan is. So make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications so you don't miss any updates with Prince Charming or any of the other horses. And I'll see you next time, horse lovers. Bye!